Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you again for watching the video. Today again a video about design, but something totally different. So what I'm going to be doing today is designing a dashboard using Figma, which I created a design sort of a color schema, etc. from AI tool called Midjourney. I will show the whole thing, but what I'm going, the steps will be this to redesign this dashboard that you see currently on the screen. This is something I did a long time ago for a client, but this is not the data that was used. This is a sample data that you can get from when you start the Power BI, and you can load the sample data from the Power BI that provides you. So the first thing will be to redesign this. By redesigning, I mean just adjusting the visuals and trying to create a more better looking dashboard. So let's begin the process, and we will duplicate this page and let's rename it to new design. I will show you how we can create a more elegant looking, more modern looking dashboard design using Figma. So with Figma, we will just design the template for it and the color schema so that it will look much better, and you will see. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first thing I'm going to do is just going to the view and selection. I'm just gonna hide few things here, and for the moment that I don't need them right now. So let's hide few of these things, and we can rehide them or unhide them when we need them. So the next thing, I want to adjust these. I'm going to move this here like this and change it to stack bar chart instead of uh, stack column chart, and I will adjust this this visual in the middle just like the other one, and I'll go and change this to line chart so that it does align, and again change this to line chart as well. Let's just adjust these properly. I'm going to move it down so that we have slightly bit more space upwards. Let's move it down here slightly more. I think we have space down below so that we can move it. Let's align it. I don't think so. It's aligned. Maybe it is. It is good here. Looks good. Let's just move it. Move this slightly lower so that all of these are aligned together. Just want to leave slightly some space over so that we can have some text and some filters button there. But we will do that once we start beginning. So for the moment, it's just fine. We'll add something here in the center, but that's fine. For the for the moment, it's fine. It's all right. We don't want to change the columns or anything because this is what I want, but just want to remodel and redesign this whole thing. So the next step will be to, I think, for a more accurate result, for more accurate. Uh, so the next thing will be for more accurate and more understanding of thing we can do is to create or take a screenshot, and we can take the screenshot in the Figma, and we can design the template the behind the JAWS template accordingly so that it is much more aligned, because in Power BI sometimes when you load a picture from outside the Power BI, it doesn't get adjusted properly. So that is what I have done. I've taken a screenshot, and the next step will be to go to Figma and start the process. But before that, I want to show you how I got the dashboard design. This is the dashboard design in Midjourney that I use a prompt AI Midjourney to create something. I won't be designing exactly like how it is designed, but this is just for the reference point of view, just to get the color scheme and everything. So without further ado, let's get back to Figma and start our design. So okay, we are here in Figma. As you can see, Figma, you can go to figma.com and start designing. It's totally free. You can design it. So the first thing is to select the color schema as I showed you. I select the color schema according to the picture I showed you, which I designed or I got the prompt using a Midjourney AI. So from that I've selected a color palette that I will be using in the design throughout. So let's begin our design process. The first thing is going to be the selecting the frame, which we can do from upper left bar, which it says frame, and we can select it. We can just drag and draw it like how we want. So we can do it like that, or we can manually adjust it, but because we want to adjust it according to size of Power BI, which is 1080 by 720. That is the standard size for Power BI design, Power BI dashboard that it uses. So let's rename it homepage. And the next step is to select a rectangle, which will be exactly the same size, height, and width as the frame. The reason because we need to have a square behind this and though to provide a background. So for the background, I'm going to use the color, which is this one. Let's select the color and let's go into the square. Remember to select the square and let's input that color. I'm gonna decrease the transparency to 90, and next thing I will select. Okay, so 90. So next thing I want to add a eclipse, which we can you go and select it from the left top corner, eclipse, something like that. Let's go select eclipse. uh, Perfect. We'll go put it here again. You select the eclipse that is uh, exactly behind or inside the frame, because we don't want the frame or the elements to go beyond that frame. That's why we created the frame. Let's go select the eclipse and we'll change the color to be slightly more whitish like this, and we'll reduce the transparency to 40. Again, we just change this to angular so that it provides a something like a spotlight effect. Yeah, this is fine. Next thing, we'll add effect of a layer blur. We'll select a layer blur and we'll set the value to 300 so that it looks like a spotlight. We'll add another eclipse here. Let me go select the eclipse on this side. This time it will be going to be a colored red instead of white, just to give to a vibrant look. We call it angular. Yep, this looks perfect. We reduce the transparency to 80. Effect, we add the layer blur of 300 again. Let's readjust it so that it provides just a slight reddish kind of a look and feel for the background. So we think we're good with the background. Let's just quickly rename it and let's call it background. And call it light, red light effects, and we'll group these together. Let's rename it background. Perfect. So next step is going to selecting square rectangles, and we'll create rectangles here accordingly. So let's go and create first rectangle, which is going to be about mm, the size. Let's quickly check it that it is adjustable. We can increase the height slightly. It looks perfect. So let's quickly do rounded corners of 20. Let's quickly delete this. Let's make one triangle at the moment right now. Let's just quickly round the corners 20. Change the color. We'll select the same color as our background and we'll add some effects. We'll reduce the transparency to 70 and we'll add a stroke. No, I won't add a stroke. Let's have add effect drop shadow of 5x and 5x and layer blur of 10. Slight shadow, slightish, and we'll add an inner shadow of 4 by 4, the blur of 10. We'll add another layer inner shadow, which is going to be minus 5, sorry, minus 4 and minus 4x and minus 4y, so that it is the inner blur, inner shadow is on all four corners like that. We're just going to increase the drop shadow slightly more value of it. Yep, perfect. So the next step, let's add another background which is going to be linear and it will be slightly whitish and we'll adjust it like this. So it it's like projecting the flashlight that we have on the background onto this one, slight like that. Yep, this looks perfect. I'm just gonna duplicate this and add this to here at the bottom. I'm gonna duplicate this again and have it here middle. I'm going to increase the width for it and we're going to duplicate again and put one here as well. Duplicate this one for the bottom and duplicate this one for the bottom as well. So I'm just going to mix slight adjustments. This one I'm going to decrease the linear background to be 10 for this again, for this one as well. And for this one I'm going to change it to be slight reddish and change the direction for it as well to the bottom like this. Like that. Perfect. We'll do the same for this one. Instead, let me just do this one. Let's remove this and duplicate this and we'll just decrease the transparency to 10%. Now it is providing some feel for it. It looks much better. It looks just nicer. Now the next step is to design or just quickly group these together and we'll call it um, visuals backgrounds. And the next step I'm going to be inserting some icons that we can use and going to plugins and I will use an app called Iconify and it will open a window and we can select some icons from it. I need the filter icon. I'm just going to search for filter, type in filter, and you will get the um, selection from it. We're going to be selecting this one, and let's go and import it. Here we go. We will just select it here and just put it in the center of things. Going to just resize it a slight smaller. Let's change the color. It's going to be darker. Yeah, perfect. And what this will do is when you click on it, it will create a rectangle for the filters, just like that. Let's just quickly add some context and background to it. And just like this. Let's round the corners to 20. Let's reduce the transparency to 60. It's going to increase the size slightly, and I'm going to add a stroke to it, which is going to be um, bluish, slight bluish. It's nice. Drop shadow, drop shadow of 8, 8, the blur of 15, as you can see, slight one, and nothing much more, nothing crazy, just too perfect. So for the moment, I'm gonna hide these two. I'm gonna group the selection and say filter, and I'm just gonna go and select another icon from plugins, Iconify, and this one will be cross or close, I guess, not cross, close symbol. This one X, perfect, and we'll have it here on this one. Let's maybe adjust the sizing. And what is the size for this one? Let's quickly look at it. 38 by 40. Let's readjust the size. 38 by 40. Nice. And we'll change the color. Fill the icon selection. We'll give it a slight. This looks better. Let's add this into the filter. And so that we have all of the things. Let's quickly readjust this slightly here. This looks nicer. So I'm gonna hide it for the moment because I don't need it right now. I will just get back to it and return back to it slightly later. The next thing I want to do is add two more rectangles here. I'll show you why. Let's just quickly add these here, just at the top of it, at the center, at the top of it, and we're going to select the colors again, same schema, slight edges comparatively, and we'll reduce the transparency to be 60%. And let's add an effect, drop shadow of 8 with 8 and 8 with a blur of 10, just like that. And we'll add an inner shadow, sorry, let me put inner shadow here, 4 and 4 with a blur of 10. Again another inner shadow, this one for the opposite or the other side of the two sides. Yep, perfect. I'm just gonna duplicate this quickly, just like that. I'm gonna go and add it inside here so that all of it is working together. So I think I might be good and done with the design slightly, or the template for the design. So let's go and export this. First thing, select this frame, and we go here in the downs, export, and export home page. Let's save it in the assets. Next thing, again, let's go and unhide this filter, and I will export this. But this time, I'm not gonna export it like the whole thing. I'm just gonna export it um, individually so that I have all of these things separately. Let's go and quickly do this, export every single thing. We're good. So let's return back to the Power BI and start adjusting the. All right, we are back in the Power BI. So let's begin our redesigning of this page. So the first thing, let's select the page and we'll add the background. And let's go and select the background from here. This is our background called home page. Let's go and select it quickly. So let's reduce the transparency to 0 and image fit to be fit. Okay, so at the moment we can't see anything. The next thing I'm going to do is we'll readjust these things in a moment. The first thing, another thing is that we go to the views and we'll add a customize current theme, and we will enter all our colors that we got selected here in our Figma. And let's quickly go and enter these colors so that we have this color schema selected already before even we begin. Let's quickly go this and select these colors and add them here so that we have it and access for them quickly. This is a better way of designing things so that you have access to these colors and all of these things more accurately, a better understanding of things. So let's go quickly do this. And all the colors. This is the colors we'll be needing. Not anything else, I think so. We're good. Uh, go do it again. Good. Let's just quickly go to text and we'll change the text to Verdana font color to be white because I will be using because we are using darker theme, so it's better to go with the whites, or we can adjust it to be slightly grayish. We will see if we need to change it. And let's go here, reduce the font size to be 20 here. We'll do white again. Tab headers, let's just quickly change all of it while we are here. We're good, I think so. We can do it another time if you want to. Let's go quickly and apply this. So this will change the whole thing, the whole vibe, whole uh, aspect of it. Let's quickly select this visual and we're going go to the general effects and we'll turn the background off, and let's quickly readjust these. As I told you that we might be needing to readjust these because most of the time, majority of the time, these do not get adjusted properly because of issues with Power BI. So let's just quickly do this and adjust these according to our needs, and will be better looking so that it looks just better, nicer. It's fine. Let's readjust this one as well so that the whole frame is um, inside as compared to the outside the whole thing. Let's go quickly change the other visuals as well. We'll adjust this later. Don't worry. I will get back to it. Let's quickly do this before we begin. Yep, just slightly downwards and inwards from here, upwards from here. Let's do this one as well. Here, downwards, slightly downwards, up here. So all of these are adjusted. Looks nice. So next thing, Uh, you will be wondering, let's okay, yes, I forgot to adjust this one. Let's adjust this, adjust this as well. Looks better, much better, but not exactly what we want right now. But don't worry, we'll get to that. We'll get there. Need to be just patient, slightly. Okay, so you'll be wondering what I wanted to do with this box here. We'll do that. Let's go and select card visual and add one here. Let's go and select the fields, which is going to be sale field. And next thing, I want to add the filter here of air. Let's select the filter on this visual, and let's type in is going to be 2013. Apply filter. Let's readjust the sizing. Quickly go to effect, turn it off so that it is visible. We'll turn off the category label. We'll readjust this slightly more. Let's quickly readjust it. We're going to turn the title on and say ly, which is going to signify last year, and we'll quickly readjust the sizing. Duplicate this 3 times, so it is just slightly here. Let's change this one to 14 now. We have the details for the 2014, and for this one I have created um, Mayer, which is going to be this one. If you want to know the Mayer, just calculated the difference of last year and this year, so that we have a uh, understanding the increase of sales compared to the last year, which is going to be just like that. Let's adjust the title, and let's group this together. Let's go to view selection. We have already. Let's group it. Sales, and we're going to duplicate this, the whole thing, and we'll put it here at the bottom, and let's rename it so that we know what we are dealing with. Just gonna change the fields now. We come here. This time we'll add, instead of sales, to be units sold. Same here, and we'll change this one as well, and change the mayas from that to this, so that we have a number here. One more thing that I want to do is go to the visuals, general, color value, and I'm going to go conditional formatting, and I will say a rule, which is going to be the sales, and I want this color to be green, which signifies that it has increased. Hmm, I don't know why it's not showing. There must be some issue, but we'll get back to it, no worries. Let's just readjust this quickly here. Looks fine. Now let's get back to the visuals, and I'm just gonna add some changes to it. Let's change the color to white, this one as well, so that it is more visible comparatively as it has been. Let's go and do this one as well. We'll go to the category data labels, change the values color to be white again for it to be more visible. Look perfect. Change the color for the y-axis as well to be white. Same for the other visual as well. Let's change the x-axis value color as well, font color to be white. Now let's get back to our tables. So we need to add a lot of coloring to it. The values, text color to be white. Let me do this. Um, Background color. Hmm, Not like this. I'm just quickly going to select the color from here, back to here. Let's quickly go change the headers, column headers, and background color to be like this, and text color to be white. Let's change the settings same for the this one as well. Values white, white, and background to be this blue color, so it is blending um, with the background. Let's quickly adjust this. I'm gonna do one more thing, and values, specific columns. I will say sum of discounts, and I want display units to be in millions. Let's quickly adjust these so it is more visible here. Let's change it to thousands, I guess. Yep. And for this one, we'll say millions. And let's quickly align these as well. Looks much better. Let's quickly align the other things as well. And for this one as well. So far so good. Okay, so the next step, we want to add the filter section here, which we created. But before we do that, I want to go back to the Figma and change the colors for this. What I'm going to do is change the colors for this triangle or square to be of a different color. I'm going to select this color. You can see I will also want to increase the size for it just slightly, and I do also want to change the color of this filter icon as well. Let's select it and we'll change it to be grayish, like that, so that it is looking slightly uh, better comparatively. Also, let's readjust it. Even though it doesn't matter, we're going to export it like that. We'll just to get the idea. So let's go and export these, and we can do that easily like that. We can select the rectangle and let's say export, and we can export it like that. Here we go. Also, let's export these because I realized that these might not be the right color. So Instead, let us change the color schema for it. It might be very much visible. So here we are. Let's go back to the Power BI and let's create this. And with that, we are also going to be creating some bookmarks so that we can select these. So let's quickly go to insert. We're going to select image and we will select the triangle that we created. We'll have it placed here. Just increase the size slightly so it's just here exactly, um, slightly downwards. Let's just decrease the size, the height of it. Here we go, and let's go again, select insert image. We're going to select the close symbol. Let's resize this. So we have it here. We're just going to decrease the size slightly so they're just slightly bigger than it should be, just to make it more visible. Let's go and select our filter icon and we'll place it here. Let's just resize it slightly there. Here, perfect. So let's go to the view selection and let's unhide these filters that we created. Now this one, this one, and mm, let's just uh, change the order so those slices are visible. And this one as well. Oh, not this one. There's one more. I'm missing one more. Which one is it? This is open. This is good. Is it this one? No, not this one. But anyhow, let's readjust this. We'll readjust this like this. And this way here. I'm going to create another one. I don't know what exactly I selected. Did I delete that? I think I just delete that. Let's reduce this. Let's copy and paste it. And paste. And let's quickly adjust it here. Just going to change the field. What exactly did we want it? Just going to see if these are aligned. These are aligned. Okay, country, going to country. What did we want it here? I think it was segment. I think so. Let's change it. I did nothing with this slice selection. What I did was just go to the effect and turn the background so they are transparent and look nice when they are on this selection pan. So the next step, the last step we are going to be doing is selecting bookmarks. And what we are going to do is also the selection point so that we know what sort of thing we are going to be doing. So what we need is when we click on this filter icon, this bar, this triangle with these filters appear, and when you click on this cross button, it hides itself and vice versa. So the first thing we're going to do is select these image with slices. This one as well, this one, not this one, and this image as well if I can find it, this one. So when we click on that, let's quickly do this. And we'll say update, and it's good. So now let's unhide them quickly, and we're going to say when we select this, you filter the selection, and I'm going to update this bookmark, and Let's say, let's go into the action. Let's add this bookmark. For this one, it is home all clear. And for this one, it is going to be filter selection. So let's test it out. So this hides it. When we click on the cross button and when we select this, it shows it, and now we can select our filters. So there we go. Let's just quickly add this background here. This I just wanted to add a background here. Is this one? Not this one. I think it's in the values. Yes, here. I think so. If we add it here, will it add it there? It will add the background there as well. I think so. We're good. We don't need it. It's fine. Let's test it out again. So I think we are done. Looks good, looks nice. I hope you guys like this design. This is something new I did as I transformed this old design. As you can see, this one, it has changed its color right now because I added the custom colors. But in the start of the video, you must have seen how it was looking. This is what I did. We designed this whole section in Figma, and then we adjusted some colors and schema for it as well. So this is was something new I thought I needed to show you guys. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.